that'll take us further, better, faster. So we started work. And as we were pitching ideas around, collaborating with folks from around the world, you know, our confidence started to grow. We figured we could do this. And we pulled our crew together. We shared the idea with them. We told them we're going to refit the ship, we're going to make it bigger and better than it was before, and we're going to go. Then we met this guy. He calls himself Surly. Who knows what his real name is? He came in, you know, bit of a swagger, talking about this spaceport bar and that spaceport bar and the party on the third moon of Enceladus. And, you know, he got us going a little bit. And he jacked our ship. Bad news. When we told the crew the next day, they were not happy. They were downright skeptical. He said, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna remake this craft, and we're gonna go find that guy, show him a thing or two. So, again, they were skeptical, but we kept prompting them and showed them the first iteration of the idea. It was good. It was good. They gave us some feedback, and we appreciated that. We went back and we started working a lot harder, and the drawings started to come together. We started to pull the design. We're thinking 3 decks instead of 2. We need faster than light speed. We need more. And so the details started to come together. After the details come the parts. Well, okay, before the parts comes the final model. Thank you. This is a representation of the final project. At least the middle 2/3 of it. It does have fins that go all the way to the ground, and in rocket-like format, it does come to a nice rounded tip. So then the parts came. Parts started showing up. People got a little more excited. Still a lot of skepticism. This is a huge undertaking. First thing we did was we got to get organized. Let's lay everything out, make sure we got what we need. We got to check the size in all orientations. In space, there isn't gravity. In case anybody was wondering, I can tell you. So make sure it's going to work in free fall too. Then we kind of stood around the table and said, okay, now what? We had our plans. We had a fantastic crew lined up. We got to work, and we started putting this together. So stage 1 of putting all of the fuselage sections together. A lot of precision engineering here. It's amazing how precise you can be with string. But it works. The crew was starting to have a little more fun. We started to see the occasional smile now. People started to believe that we could make this happen. With those first few parts, when they started to actually go onto the structure, saw a few more smiles. A lot of welding later. As everybody knows, there's a huge amount of metal work that goes into these projects, and we appreciate everybody that shows up and welds and grinds, especially the people that grind. Yeah. So at this point, major structural components are fully assembled. Hatchways are going in. And we've confirmed that our main structural components are true and level. We learned not to skimp on the escape pods. This is really important. So they're built into, ready and waiting. So at this point, we're moving into some of the more fun work. As we get that whole section together, okay, we take a pause. Naturally, we got to have a party. So we had a barbecue, recharge a little bit. And now we're at the stage of the project where we're transitioning from structural work to some of the things that we're all a little more excited about. We're putting the skin on the ship, hand forming the aluminum. And last slide, the interior effects. So we're not going to spoil the surprise by telling you too much, but this is a photograph of a recent test of our revolutionary power cells that are going to power our revolutionary engine designs that a number of the crew are working on. So, So that's a little of the backstory and the process of how we've gotten to this point, and Sean and Nathaniel are going to give us a little more information on the rocket itself.
So I brought my hologram, and we basically have parts of the ship that I want to explain to you all. We have the fins here. These are made out of titanium alloys and various sheet metal. We have a blast ring that's going to be around. There'll be a gantry up the side with another ladder going up one side. So you have two entrances, one from a gantry-like structure that provides shade and stairs and all the other system support we need to launch our rocket. And we have the escape hatch out the bottom. If you go up the escape hatch ladder out the bottom, you'll enter into what's called the engine room or the biolab. The biolab contains a lot of our species and other things we've collected on other planets and various devices that we've decided to store down there. And then we'll climb up the ladder up there, and you see. And we get up to the second level, which is the living quarters. There's navigation and communication. There's a little bench and a place to sleep and things like that on any kind of rocket ship you want. There's a bathroom, for example. Various waste fluid. It's the brain of the rocket. That's where we keep all our intelligent life that we've managed to sequester into little tiny carbon chips. And then we have the second level that we go up to, which is the pilot's chamber. There will be a chair up there, hopefully a double wide, kind of like a lazy boy, a recliner. And that'll have various systems and things to push and buttons and video. There'll be various communications between the decks, video, and different things to look at. But mostly this is a fully functioning rocket ship that we plan to go to outer space in. So welcome.
It's been an incredible project to work on this rocket ship and to work through all the systems to develop new technologies and sciences to be able to figure out a way to actually launch this. There have been lots of collaborations that we've been working with. Jack Scroll, with Alan Rory, who's been kind of leading the team on the revolutionary power cell designs, and just to the overall structure of the rocket ship is about 40 feet tall. And like Nathaniel said, there's a gantry tower next to it, which is another 30 feet tall. And so you'll be able to go up the gantry tower, across a bridge, into the upper stories of the rocket ship. It's a very interactive piece. And we're building all the systems inside the rocket ship. It's a structure that you can climb inside and interact with. There'll be a number of different kinetic elements, scientific experiments, lots of buttons to push, and it's an important part of this project. Even more important than that, I think, like what we tried to do with the treehouse, which I think we succeeded in, is to create an immersive environment. It's within the 60-foot lighted perimeter ring. The idea is that once you step over that perimeter ring, you get absorbed and enveloped into this aesthetic, into this environment, and can get lost within it. So it's a project that takes a lot more than just the three of us to create. There's a crew of 60+ artists, a number of them in the back row who have come to see it. It's a really diverse group of scientists, engineers, computer programmers, and grinders. I think I offered Stephen the treehouse to put in your backyard a couple years ago. If you want a rocket ship to put there too, you're welcome to.
It's a deal.
So I think thanks for having us and.
Can you turn on the lights back there? Grab that little light switch and turn that in the on position. Yes.
We have to add one more thing because we want to be clear and make sure that everybody is aware of this. So we alluded to this, we glossed over it, we danced around a little bit, but we want to be unequivocal that Friday night September 4th at 10 p.m., this ship's going to launch. You should be there.
That baby's gonna fly.
We plan to go far. We might go less far, but we plan to go far. But you should all be there because it's going to be fun.